Hey guys, Paul from Ashen Phoenix. It is New Comic Book Day for August 21st, not August 21st, October 21st, and we're going to get started right now. This episode brought to you by shirts. They're half of what you need for service. Buy one.
Hey guys, Tim from Capes and Scowls, and how are you? Are you well? That's good. That's good stuff. They're good. Let's talk about some trades, huh? We got JSA by Jeff Johns, Volume 4? 4. If you never read Jeff Johns' run on JSA, it's super good. There's 2 runs. They're both really good. We got Silver Surfer Black. This came out in one giant treasury, oversized. I thought I had it right here. I don't. Huge version, and the art looks really cool in that version. But this is a little more, attainable to your bookshelf. It was an interesting choice, I would say, to start with this massive. It's cool, but massive. Massive. It's so massive. Bitterroot, Volume 2. I haven't kept up with Bitterroot, but we interviewed Walker. Walker's super good. Nice gentleman. We got Family Tree. This is Lemire. This one's weird, right? This is a weird Lemire.
I never read it.
It's a weird Lemire, Paul says. He said he loved it, but it's a very weird Lemire.
Yeah, that's not what I said.
He said that. Archie and Katie Keene. This is still Spencer, right? No, it is not. It's Mariko Tamiki. Tamiki? That's the one. Harley Quinn Breaking Glass. That's right. Her. Did you read any of this? You did, right? Paul loves
I think I read the first issue of that.
I think you did.
I think I read the first issue.
Man, we are so tired. I'm tired.
I don't know.
Are you tired?
No.
He's wide awake and he's delirious. He doesn't know a damn thing.
I did the first issue of Superman becoming super, or Superwoman becoming super, Supergirl becoming super.
That was a long time ago.
That was her though. It's Tamaki.
Oh, that was her breakout book,
yeah.
Probably.
Mm-hmm.
Well, good on you. R.L. Stine's Just Beyond. Ooh. I don't know anything about this. This is Kabloom, and it seems like an R.L. Stine book. It has some sort of giant Tortuga on the back, so I'm in. I like Tortugas. We've got DC graphic novels for kids. This is, I believe, hardcover editions of Dear Justice League, Black Canary, Secret Spiral of Swamp Kid, and Superman of Smallville. Pretty sweet for $40. You get 4 kids-themed book things. And then finally, we have Screen Comics, Star Wars, The Empire Strikes Back. This is one of those books where you got pictures from the movie and they fill it in with the word balloons. It's pretty fun. Something different. Something different. You need it. You do.
First up, I pulled a Tim and basically just grabbed something off the shelf to pick up. So I picked up Rat Queen's issue number 22 because I like the cover. If you don't know anything about Rat Queens, they're a very irreverent bunch of people that cuss and do basically whatever they want to. It's basically like D&D if you could cuss. And you had, and everything else was a that's what she said joke. It's the best way to describe it. This is a real fun one-off issue. You don't really need to know a lot of what's been going on. Palisades are attacked by moonhounds, not werewolves, because werewolves are stupid. You'll understand. And they have to kind of battle everything back as a couple of the Rat Queens become moonhounds. And it's just a lot of fun. The jokes, the one-liners and everything really do make Rat Queens a lot of fun to read because they're just completely irreverent. It's a fun story, though. Will I read more Rat Queens? I don't know. The art is okay for me. It fits with the story. It fits with everything going on. It's just not quite my style, so I don't know if it's enough to keep me in the book. But it was definitely a fun read, and if you're looking for something interesting and a quick, very lighthearted issue, grab this.
All right, first up, I've got Dark Knight's Death Metal Robin King. It's a mouthful, isn't it? This is an evil version of Batman, but this Batman be Robin, and he is a little shit. Can I just say... This is a tough one, I think, to read. I think some people are going to dig it, but it's just one of those things where it's like, I'm going to fight everybody. I've prepared for everybody. And, like, the preparation was cool, and he had some cool ideas, but it's just like, oh, my God, he's fighting everybody. He's beating everybody up. What are we getting to? And when we get there, I was like, all right, I don't care. I'm not going to say it's bad. It's not bad. It's Peter Tomasi is your writer. He's really good. He's usually pretty good. I love the art, who I've already forgotten the artist's name because I'm good like that, and I still don't know. But I tell you, good art in here. Really gruesome stuff happens. I think if you're enjoying death metals, this is something you need to read. If you're just kind of like, I heard about this Robin King thing, I mean, this will give you everything you need to know. But if you're just like, I don't know, everybody's going on about this thing and you don't really care about Batman Who Laughs and all this universe stuff, you don't even know a death metal song, I stay away. I wouldn't do it, even though I did it.
Next up, it's Across the X of Swords. So we have Excalibur issue number 13 and X-Men issue number 13. Both of them are basically sword stories, as they are before. Excalibur, I think, is the one that is definitely the most interesting of the two because there's a lot that moves their general story around with going on. And we have the first casualty of the X of Swords tournament. Something cataclysmic happens in X of Swords, and I'm really curious to see how they're going to deal with that based on the issues that are going on with the resurrection pits and all that kind of thing. And then we have X-Men, which is basically Apocalypse's story and how he grabs his sword. Again, these are not necessarily issues you need to read to be up on the X of Swords series. I think the Excalibur is the clear winner, in my opinion, on a story that continues its actual book moving their story forward. So if you did want something interesting to read, I would go with that one. Or if you just want to pick up two more swords books, go for it.
Next up, I screwed up. Next up, we have Werewolf by Night. Boy, I hope you remember to edit that out. That'd be really weird if it's like, failed. Hey, did you see me fail? Oh, I failed. I do fail sometimes, people. You know, I'm very upfront about that. Speaking of failing, Werewolf by Night, number 1 of 4. I really did not like this book. I didn't like the new werewolf character, who I think is going to show up in Outlawed or one of these other books. And I just didn't like this. This really accomplished nothing. The redesign on Red Wolf was really dumb. It's just not good. Please don't read it. Don't buy it. Don't support it. I guess you could burn it. I haven't hated a book in a while. All right? And I tried so hard, and I don't care about this. And there's nothing good about it. I guess you could play Contest of Champions. That's probably fun. That might be a fun way to spend some time, right? No.
And my pick of the week is Batman White Knight, Harley Quinn. This is going to be a fun series. I love Batman White Knight. It was definitely one of my favorite standouts about a year and a half ago. Maybe 2 years ago at this point. I don't know. COVID has screwed everything up. But I love those Elseworld titles that don't necessarily need to follow the canon that we have to deal with. They can go and explore different areas and all that kind of stuff. One of the standouts from Batman White Knight was the introduction of their version of Harley Quinn, which is basically our version. But in their world, there are two Harley Quinns. There's a Harley Quinn that started what we know and love, and then there's a more psychotic version of Harley Quinn that kind of picked up when this Harley kind of had more than they could take right around when Jason Todd died. That's kind of covered in the first two series, but this really kind of takes a look at what we've wanted from the very beginning, which is how this Harley and this Joker became a couple, and how this Harley became that Harley Quinn, also in the backdrop of a new serial killer in Gotham. Since the issues of the last White Knight series, Gotham's been quiet for the last 2 years, and now we have a serial killer that is, we'll say, dropping a very familiar feeling on what's going on in Gotham. And they call upon Harley as being a forensic scientist to move on with this story. It's really good. The art is amazing. Like Sean Murphy has done an amazing job with this universe, and I wasn't a fan of the second series, but this really pulled me back in, and I might end up going and finishing the other series. But this is definitely one to read. You do not need to read the other two to understand what's going on here. It helps, but they pull more than enough of that, the previous two series in this book to bring you up to speed. It is an amazing series. It's definitely one I would say to pick up.
All right, time for my pick of the week. Paul, do you know what my pick of the week is?
No,
No,
you
you
actually
don't.
have one, which I was kind of worried.
No, I like this one. This one good.
Okay.
It's by Rick Remender. It's Scumbag, issue 1. Can I just say I super love the art in this. The art is top notch because your main character, Ernie, is a scumbag. He's gross to look at. It's really not great. And essentially, oh man, it's so gross. It's so incredibly gross, this art. What you have here is very loud truck. What you have here is a scumbag named Ernie who is just terrible, where other scummy kind of people or other denizens of this bar just, they don't even like him. Drug dealers don't like him. Nobody like him. But Ernie ends up getting really high, and he's in an alley and he witnesses something he shouldn't, and as a result of what he sees, which may or may not be a leprechaun fighting a Medusa, just saying, it might or might not be that, he ends up with something everyone on Earth needs. He's the only one who can save us, and he's a total scumbag, and he's a useless POS. And I was really surprised with where this went. It's gross. Like, if you're like, I don't like seeing people do drugs, like, it's gross. Like, he do drugs. And all I can say is I don't want to give too much away, but I really enjoyed the creativity of this issue. The art, again, gross. Super gross. It's really gross. Can I just say the art's gross? Super gross. Remender, you did good. This is gross. Good job, Remender. I enjoy Remender pretty much always, so it was no surprise to me. This was a safe bet checking this out, but it exceeded my expectations. I think if you want something different and you don't mind super duper gross, then check this out. All right, guys, that's it. We're done. Thank you for hanging with us once again on a whatever day you're watching this. Hope you got some information on some books you want to check out. Remember, support your LCS. If you're local to us, come down to the comic book store. I'm here. I'm probably here. Just meet me.
I mean, most days.
Yep.
Except like Monday.
Nope. But you know what? I'm here for you. If you want to come down and see a cranky version of me, I'm here. You can come see it. I'll be like, what? I don't care.
You're like, do the thing. Do the thing.
Do what
I don't
thing?
wanna do
No,
the thing.
I'm not
It's
doing
like,
the thing.
That's the thing.
Yeah, essentially that is. Yeah, it's a very weird relationship I have with everyone. But come on down if you want, and if you don't want, just go to your LCS. That's fine. And yeah, read some more books, people. Whatever. I got nothing to plug. I do a podcast, you know that. Paul, plug something.
I want people to just, like, come down to like their LCS and be like, Tim told me to come down. And they're like,
Tell your LCS
Who's
that
Tim?
some guy named Tim said I should come down here and check out this book. Whatever book. Say the Werewolf by Night book. I didn't even like that. Just tell him. They'll be like, that guy
don't
Tim.
do that. Don't make him.
Nah, do that. No.
because you just said don't buy this book. Don't
I know.
reward them by doing that then.
I know, but I've made a conundrum. Now they're like, I definitely don't want this book. Because I tend to feel the way Tim feels, you know. They're like, I've got to buy the book now to tell, my local guy that some guy named Tim said this. It's a whole conundrum.
Yeah, but they could buy Scumbag and then they'd be fine. Then you still get the Tim said this, but not support. A book
Nah,
that you
just
hate.
the Werewolf book. Go buy the Werewolf book. Be like, some guy named Tim said I had to. That'll perplex them. Don't explain it further.
I mean,
Turn this thing off.
That's a weird one.
You're a weird one. Turn this thing off. Turn it off, Paul. I'm done. I've had enough. No more